Hi everyone, today we're going to do something that we haven't done before in this channel. This is not about guitar, this is about music appreciation. So I'll sit down here for a few minutes without any editing and I'll talk about my favorite songs and why I think they're great and what's special about them. You don't need any musical knowledge, you don't need any theory, so hopefully you'll enjoy this, okay? The song I'm going to be talking about today is, in my opinion, one of the best pop songs ever. And it's Wuthering by Kate Bush. And this song has lots of really cool things about it. The first thing is that it's actually called after a book and a TV show, if I'm not mistaken. And the character singing the song is not your regular singer just telling you about their day or what they did yesterday or being heartbroken. It's meant to be a spirit singing, right? It's a ghost singing the song, which I think is just genius. And everything about the production and the melody and the chords and the singing really translates to a song about a ghost, alright? And it's also a pop song, so you have both sides. It's brilliant, alright? Alright, so the song starts with a nice riff on the, I think it's a piano or like some sort of keyboard. Something like this. Yeah, something like this. That's a nice intro. And attention to the chords, because they're just so special. There are not many songs with this kind of progression. So it's... I'm not gonna sing, I might whistle. Again. Listen carefully. Right? There's no like a key center here. There's not really a defined key. It's very... there's no home, right? Really special. So this kind of like idea could be something that you hear not often at all, where there's not a key defined, and that creates some sense of spookiness, okay? It's kind of like scary and really airy. And usually you achieve that by not having a key center, like in this case, there's not like a home, a tonality. If you listen, a really good example as well, if you listen to This Is Halloween from The Nightmare Before Christmas, Danny Elfman never settles in one key. He keeps changing the key over and over and over again. So you never settle. You never go like, oh, that's fine, I'm home. And that makes it spooky, okay? That's one of the keys of this chord progression. So it's beautiful. Also, you'll notice sometimes in science fiction movies, they kind of use the same idea where you never really settle to one key. Let's say you have a normal pop song, usually you will use a major key, right? Not always, but you will do something like... that's your normal major key and you write billions of songs with this. But in these kind of like songs where you want to create some unease, like science fiction soundtracks, they alter this scale, so they change the distance between the notes. So you might have something like... right? You have one note between, or a whole note between each degree of the scale. You see how it changes, like there's no home here, there's no sense of arriving somewhere. So that's one of the keys of this song. There's no tonality yet. It does it twice, and then eventually it settles to some sort of resolution, but it's only short resolution. So does it twice, and then I love you too, something like this, right? There's a sense of resolution here, but not for long. Okay, and now we head into the pre-chorus. And the pre-chorus, really, the goal of pre-choruses in songs is to create some tension, builds up tension until you release it into the big chorus, right? And in this case it's also really interesting because what she's doing is kind of like creating this sense of still not defined, okay, not having a key center. And the way she achieves that is by choosing chords that don't really resolve, they don't really go anywhere, right? So you have this E flat minor and then this F suspended. It leaves you literally hanging. And attention, that's really also interesting because the way that the phrases work is they build intensity. So the first phrase is a short phrase. Bad things in the night, which is already makes you alert, right? Short phrase. Second phrase. Longer phrase. And the phrase before the chorus. It repeats, and it's a phrase with lots of notes, alright? It repeats, creating lots of tension, so you're really just hoping that finally you get a resolution, because so far we never really had a resolve, okay? And the whole point of this is getting to the big chorus. Sorry for the bad whistling, I'm not gonna sing. But in the chorus is also really interesting that the chords change really in random places. They don't. So. You notice that it's hard to know when to change chords. They don't follow for example, like a full bar or 2 bars. Kind of they change in between, and that's brilliant. Most pop songs, not all of them, but most of them will kind of have patterns where they just change chords in a place where you really expect. Right? It's predictable. Not here. In fact, if you want to learn this song, this part will be challenged to know exactly when to change chord. Alright, then it goes back to the verse with a slightly changed melody, but it's essentially the same. And it goes back to the chorus, and there's a little bridge there. But just to finish it off, what is also really interesting is that at the end of the song there's a long guitar solo, and it's a fade out, right? So the song fades out slowly. And I would like you to notice that these fade out things are not cool anymore. If you listen to any modern songs, you will not, it's not likely you will hear any fade outs. That's from the past. Now people feel that the fade out is boring and predictable, but I actually do like a nice fade out. If I ever record some music, I will make sure that I make a really long fade out, longer than the song itself. But anyways, this is a masterpiece. I hope you've learned something. Next time you listen to this song, maybe you can I don't know, you can just pay attention to these things and you'll realize how brilliant it is. If you liked it, please leave a comment, and also maybe make a suggestion of one song that we could analyze. It'll be great. Alright, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.